I've designed possibly the most useful accessory for a total station that's come out in quite some time, and I'm giving it away for free. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this is the best mini bipod, mini tripod, mini tri-rack, mini floor stand, whatever you wanna call it, that the industry has seen to date. If you're a returning viewer, these are nothing new to you. A mini tripod essentially holds a prism plumb over a point close to the ground. No different than a full-size pole and bipod or a tripod and tri-rack, but with a few important distinctions. They're smaller, they're lighter, they're less expensive, they generally use a fixed height pole eliminating measure up air, they have a much shorter height of target, essentially eliminating pole plumbness air, and they're much easier and faster to set up. Basically, they're better in almost every way, except since our target height is shorter, we'll get more line of sight obstructions, and on hot, sunny days, you'll get more temperature gradients near the ground, and thus air from refraction will go up. So while they aren't the answer 100% of the time, there really is no reason every surveyor using a total station shouldn't have a few mini tripods in their truck. Not to mention, this design also has a trick up its sleeve for those two issues we just looked at. Before we go too much further, what exactly am I giving away? What's the catch? Well, I'm giving away the STL files so that you can 3D print your own. I'm giving away instructions on exactly how to print and assemble this, and there is no catch. For those that don't have a 3D printer, go and buy one. You can get an amazing 3D printer for under $200 these days, and they're as easy to use as a paper printer with a huge number of applications in a survey office. If you still don't want to, and I understand, hopefully Rothbucher or SECO or Trimble will see this and run with the idea and offer their own version at an affordable price for the rest of you. Or there are a ton of online 3D printing services out there too. I bet you could have this made for about 15 bucks. Mini tripods have been around for probably a decade now. There's a large variety of different designs on the market created from people that are much smarter than I am. So how can I possibly say this is the best design? Well, because it is. I've used almost every other mini tripod design on the market, and I have a fairly good idea what works and what doesn't from a surveyor's perspective. I have boots on the ground field experience that maybe those other designers lacked, and after a few months of testing, iterating, and a handful of prototypes, I think this design is ready. Other minis all more or less suffer from the same flaws. First up, they're too big and they're too heavy. A mini tripod needs to be light enough where I can have 1, 2, or 3 of these in my vest and forget they're even there. If it's weighing down my vest and clanging around as I'm walking from point to point, that's slowing me down and I can't have that. I don't know why these other options are all made from steel. Plastic is plenty strong enough for this application. And if a company does run with this design, I'd love to see a cast aluminum version. They're too fragile. I'd say the JEOC mini tripod was my favorite mini tripod for prisms, but I've shattered 3 of these spirit level bubbles so far, and once that happens, the whole thing goes in the garbage. It really doesn't take much. They're exposed and they're very weak. My phone falling out of my vest pocket has claimed 2 of these alone. In my opinion, this is a design flaw that could have been avoided. Pointed tips on the leveling feet. What a stupid design. These are so frustrating to use in dirt or on uneven surfaces. You get it just about level, then it slips off the pebble, You had to jimmy under the pointed foot because otherwise it would have dug into the dirt. Pointed feet have zero advantage for their intended purpose in this application. A pointed prism tip makes perfect sense, pointed leveling feet do not. Having 2 or 3 adjustment legs as the only source of leveling limits where these can be used, especially with the JEOC mini tripods. I have maybe a few centimeters max of adjustment, and if the ground is sloping more than that, or it's uneven, I have to try and find something on the ground to shimmy under a foot and make up for the lack of adjustment. Then just as I'm getting close to being level, those stupid pointed feet slip off again. Cost. You can find cheap options out there. The JEOC are fairly priced at about $50 US after shipping from China. Some of the higher build quality mini tripods start to get pretty pricey though. Now I'm not saying they're priced too high for what they are, I'm just saying there is a design that can be made cheaper and subsequently priced less and still perform equally as well for the intended purpose. Right off the bat, an important distinction to make with this mini bipod is that it uses a peanut prism. Currently, I have a version designed for Leica's GMP111 and Trimble's mini prism, with the only difference being that they use a different diameter pull tip, which requires a different diameter clamp. I wanted to use a design centered around using a peanut prism because they're so widely used. They already have a durable level bubble built in. They're exceptionally handy for layout, shooting control, or as built, except for the fact you need to level them with one hand and operate your data collector with the other, which also means you can't set up a bunch of these for running rounds on control or setting up a backsite. All problems solved using this mini bipod. Revisiting those 5 issues I have with the current design, let's see how this one is different. These fold up to about the size and weight of a deck of cards. I can fit 3 of these with prisms attached in my vest along with all the other tools I need without issue. These are not fragile. Even being 3D printed, I can beat the hell out of one and it's not going to break. I use M6 bolts for the legs without pointed feet, and combined with how light these are, it doesn't really dig into the ground at all. Now I've included optional feet that can screw onto the legs in the design files, so if you feel like they are necessary for the situation you're working in, you have them and they're there. This design allows for a secondary method of leveling. It has the back 2 feet, but being able to articulate on this hinge not only means it can fold flat for transport or flip back 90 degrees in the opposite direction to quickly stow out of the way when using it for as-built shots, but you can also work much more efficiently on sloped surfaces. You first do a rough leveling using this hinge, then fine-tune your level using the legs. This is cheap. To make this yourself, you're looking at about $1 in filament and 50 cents in hardware. At that price, you can make 30 of these for the price of a single JEOC mini tripod. They're cheap enough to give away to friends or colleagues, and next time you're exhibiting at a conference, ditch those mugs, ditch those pens, and give these away with some stickers on them or even emboss your logo on the leg while you're printing it. To make these, take the STL files I left in the download link or grab them from the printables page I made, drag and drop them into the 3D printing slicer of your choice. I like Orca Slicer, and all the stock settings for your printer should be fine. If you find you want it a bit stronger, you can crank up the infill. The only alteration you need to make is to add a pause to the print halfway through printing the base so that you can drop 2 M6 nuts in, then restart the print so you can create 2 captive nuts. To do this, slice your build, drag the layer slider down in the preview page until you get to the layer that starts printing right above where the nut will be, and right-click the slider and select Add Pause. This will pause the printer at the start of this layer and move the print head out of the way. Once you drop the nuts in place, select Resume Print. Once all your parts are printed, pop them off the print bed and insert an M6 nut into the base and another into the clamp. You also need 2 M6 by 30mm bolts to go with these 2 nuts. Slide each bolt into the wing nuts that you printed, and you may need to use a nut to pull the bolt permanently through the wing nut as it's a tight fit. Then attach the clamp to the base with one bolt, and the other is used to tighten the clamp against the pole tip of the mini prism. For the legs, I like to use M6 by 40mm bolts. 30s will work, 50s will work, but 40s are my primary choice. You should have two knurled knobs at printed as well. These get placed on your leg bolts the same way they did with your wing nuts. You should also have the optional feet for soft surfaces if you printed those, and that's it, you are done. Using it is pretty self-explanatory. Insert your peanut prism of choice that goes with the STL you printed for either a GMP111 or a Trimble mini prism, and tighten the clamp on the pole tip to secure it in place. Like I already mentioned, use the clamp to base pivot for rough leveling and the legs to fine tune it. Don't worry too much about getting your bubble perfect. At a height of 10 centimeters, even if your bubble is touching the edge of the black circle, you're only out of plumb by 0.2 millimeters. After you've used it for your backsite, layout, or for running rounds, use that center pivot bolt to flip it back up and out of the way, and you're free to use your peanut prism as you normally would. It's there when you need it and out of the way when you don't. Another feature that sets this design apart is you can still use extensions with it. I can't be the only one that's gotten to a point, set up a mini tripod, and realized the road dropped more than I thought and I don't have line of sight 10 centimeters off the ground anymore. This design solves that issue. If it's windy out, rotate your prism so it's facing the instrument, but the feet are pointed against the wind. And if it's still a problem, drop a roll of flagging or two on the base, or really anything with some weight. If anyone has any suggestions on how I can make this design better, please drop a comment on this video, and if I agree, I'll be sure to update the design and the download links. If you have a different style of mini prism that you want this to work with, do the same and I'll see what I can do about making a new clamp for that prism. Nothing would make me happier than to see companies run with this idea and offer it to their customers that don't want to go to the trouble of printing their own. I honestly think every surveyor that uses a total station would benefit from having a mini prism and one of these mini bipods to go with it. Once you jump on the mini bipod bandwagon, it's hard to go back. And speaking of mini prisms, I've been testing Trimble's mini prism kit for the past few months, and if you haven't checked it out yet, I strongly recommend you do. The build quality is off the charts, and it has a 0.3 millimeter centering accuracy. I've been a Leica mini prism fan for years, but I may have a new favorite prism. And if anyone from Trimble sees this, do us a favor, take this design, make it better, and add it into that mini prism kit. Do that, and I bet you're gonna have something every surveyor will want. Thank you all for watching, and as always, subscribe if you want, like if you feel it's warranted, and I'll see you next time.